What up, what up, what up? Let me get this live going real quick. Get this thing started up for y'all. We're gonna go over some charts. We're gonna talk about some reversals. And just get ready for the rest of this week. Couple days left this week and see how the market is gonna finish. If we can tell, get all that going. I should be in there. Let me see. I should be good. What's going on? Let me see here. If I go here, what I show? Yeah, there we go. All right, bet. So what up everybody? We gonna, go through charts as we typically do. On top of going through charts, we're going to see if we can go into the intraday trading and see if we can spot a few reversals. I know there were a few today. If you were in my options Discord, you know that I mentioned a SPY reversal possibility, and that thing did come out to be, and you could have made some money on calls if you jumped in SPY. Um, when I mentioned that reversal could be a thing, that number to watch. So that being said, we definitely gonna jump into it. If you got any stocks you want me to chart, all you gotta do, as always, is drop your stocks in the comments. I'll chart any stocks you ask. On top of that, if you got any questions about the market in general, just ask the questions in the comments, and I will definitely answer those questions for you. Um, that being the case, we're going to go through my usual big four and then into whatever other stocks we can chart as long as time permit, and we'll see any reversals that we can see. I always show you guys the daily chart, but I'm also going to show you guys what it looks like when I traded on Webull, and to see if I can show you guys any reversals that have come, just so you can have an idea of what a reversal look like on the intraday chart and how you know what to do when you see it. So that being said, we definitely going to jump into that. I'm going to start off with SPY. I'm going to pull that up, and like I said, I'm going to show you the daily, but we also going to go to the intraday. And when you get on the intraday, that's when you can see the reversals a little more intricately. So that's definitely going to be good for y'all to see if you're trying to learn how to trade, not how to trade, how to spot a reversal. And if you're here, obviously you're trying to learn how to spot a reversal. So there's that. If you look at SPY on the daily, SPY opened at 373.99. It got as high as 379.05, and it got as low as 371.04. It closed at 377.91. So even on a pullback, it was a green day today, but it didn't go that way from the beginning. In the beginning, you see the low was 371.04. So we got low. And what happened on SPY to finish at 377.91? It reversed at some point, right? So how do we know when that reversal was happening? How are we able to see that and plan accordingly with our trades? And the answer is just a combination of things. It's between looking at the daily chart and looking at SPY on the smaller time frames. So when I talk to you guys about charting, I always mention multiple time frame analysis. And if you're not familiar with that term, that just means charting on different time frames to analyze what you're seeing. So I chart on a daily when I'm giving it to y'all, just so we can kind of sort of get through as many stocks as possible. But you also look at the weekly, the monthly, you break it down to 4 hour, the hour, whatever the case may be. So when I'm trading during the day, I will look at the SPY chart broken down into four different charts, and I'm going to show you guys what that will look like uh, right here. So this is SPY, and this is how it looks when I'm trading during the day. I got SPY 5 minute chart on the top left hand screen. I got SPY 15 minute on the bottom left hand side. I got SPY 1 hour on the top right hand side, and I got SPY daily on the bottom right hand side. So I'm looking at all these charts at the same time, as well as doubling back the FinViz when I need to, so I can try to get good entries into plays and get out of plays at the right time, et cetera, et cetera. It's not an exact science. It's not 100%. Obviously, if it was, I'd be a millionaire. I'd probably be on somebody's island right now. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, there is a method to it, and the method, if the better you can master this method, the more money you can make. So if I go back, this is the 5 minute chart. So I'm going to try to see if I can catch the beginning of the day Where are we at? We almost at the beginning. The beginning of the day on SPY is right here, right? So this candle, I know you're not gonna be able to see this because it's real small because I got it in the fours. So I'm just gonna read it to you. This candle opens at 373.77. It got as high as 374.40. It got as low as 372.90, and it closed at 373.30. And this is a 5 minute candle, right? So what I'm looking for is I'm trying to see when do we hit a point where we're not going lower no more. So when you hit that point that you're not going lower no more, that's what you would call the bottom. Now, what you need to do once you look like you got a bottom is now you need to see, are you going to go sideways the rest of the day, or are you going to reverse and go up? And that's what you want. You want if you're going to, if you're falling down, you want to see it reverse and go up. Or if you're going up, you want to see it reverse and go down. You don't want to necessarily see it go sideways, because when it goes sideways, it's hard to make money that way. So all these candles right here, these are, I'm just going through. I'm not going to read every candle, but these are candles that's is going sideways a bit, and then we dump down a bit right here where my mouse is on the screen. This area is a dump down, but it also looks to be a bottom. So I think the lowest we got, this candle right here, was 371.04, right? So when we got there, that's our bottom. Now you don't know that's your bottom at the time, but you look at the candles, what's happening after that. So after that candle, we get a red candle, but it's sideways. We get a green candle, but it's sideways. We get a green candle here, but it's sideways. Now you start to notice that this green candle here is much higher up than our bottom. Still doesn't mean we done for the day by any stretch of the imagination, because we're still in the same area. So what you will look for is you look for this candle right here, which is the candle that basically it started the downtrend, because you remember I said we went sideways a bit, and this candle right here started the downtrend, and the high of that candle was 372.73. Oh, excuse me, 372.33. So now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a candle to break up over that number. And if I see a candle break up over that number, that'll make me think, maybe this is a bottom right here, right? If we could break up over that number and finish the candle, that's what I should have said. If we finish a candle up over 372.33. And if you don't understand why I picked 372.33, drop a comment and ask me, and I'll make sure I answer that question as best as I possibly can for you. But you're going through and you're looking at all these candles. I'm looking at these candles right now. And then finally we get this candle right here. And this candle finishes at 372.94. So now that makes me think, all right, maybe we got our bottom there. Now that we got our bottom, are we going to reverse, or are we just going to keep going where we were? So what I was looking for on SPY, if we go back over here to this daily chart, you look at where 372 is. 372 is around this area right here, right? On the SPY daily. That's that area right there. So I do see that also is a little bit of support for SPY. So up over 372, that's why it tells me between that candle I showed you on the 5 minute and where I see that 372 area is on a daily, that makes me think that we've bottomed for the day, because it's support right there. We broke up over that number, and that's where it started to break down at on a 5 minute, right? So I see that. Now I want to know what makes me think it'll reverse. It could go sideways. The next area I think it will reverse, if I can get back over here, would be this 376 area right here. And the reason why this 376 area is important is because that would be the next area of resistance on the chart from 373. So if we could bust through that 376 area, now I feel like we could test 380. That would be a reversal. That 372.33 area would have told me that's our bottom. And in the 376 area would have told me, hey, this is a reversal. You could buy calls here. So if I bought calls in between 372 and 33 and 376, it would have been risky. Not saying that you couldn't have done it the way it played out. Obviously, you could have, but it would have been risky here. So you kind of stay out the way. But when you see that it is an official reversal because you take out that next area of resistance, now you're playing to the upside. Now you're playing to the next area that you're concerned about, which would be 380. So I saw the reversal. I did mention it in my Discord. Hopefully, a few people saw that and was able to, track spot and was able to get in and make pennies off of it. But you got in. Hopefully, you made a couple pennies, and that was that. Now, because I saw this reversal, that allowed me. I didn't necessarily jump in the spy, or should I say, because I saw the bottom, I didn't jump in the spy, but I did jump in the Afram. I made a couple pennies off of Afram today from my options group chat, and I jumped into Costco and made a couple pennies today for Costco and my options group chat. And this is all because I knew the market bottomed today. Now, if I didn't know the market had already bottomed, I would have either been jumping in more puts or I would have done what I originally thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to trade some puts, and then when it bottomed, I was just going to get out. But because I saw that it was an opportunity for reversal, I was able to jump into a couple calls and I made a couple extra pennies. So I made money on the way down and then I made money on the way going back up. My options group chat to tell you, I mentioned, I forget, it might have been Novavax put today. And after we ate off Novavax put, I said that was the last play of the day. And then I came back and I said, well, guys, I lied. There's Afram and there's Costco. And reason being is because I saw that we bottom and it was an opportunity for us to make money. So that's how I was able to do that. Bud Law, big homie, want to check out NVIDIA and Roblox. We're going to definitely check those out. Joseph Cordero, welcome in, my guys. First time I saw you here. He want to check out Baba and GOEV, so we definitely going to do that. And guys, if y'all could do me a favor, definitely hit the like button, please. That like button helped my channel grow, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. We're going to jump into NVIDIA and Roblox, and then right after that, we're going to jump into Baba and GOEV. So let's jump into that real quick. And again, if I see any reversals on those charts, I'll show it to you guys as well. So let's do that real quick. What we got? NVIDIA. Pull up NVIDIA, NVDA. I can't type this morning. Excuse me, this afternoon. Sheesh. All right, so now looking at NVIDIA, this is the daily. Like I said, I always start off on a daily and then I veer off from there. Now, we traded this candle here today on NVIDIA. This candle opens at 150.85. It goes to 154.73. That's the high. The low on this candle is 147.28 and it closed at 153.72. So it closed towards the top today. And it's another example of a stock that was bearish and then it reversed today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to open up a new screen. And when I open up this new screen, I'll show you guys in the video what it looks like on the 5 minute. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to show you where the 5 is. We'll see where it starts to bottom at. I'm not even going to pull up all the other ones. I'm just going to start right here on this 5. I'm going to show you where it starts to bottom at and then what you can look for the reversal. So 9:30, obviously that's when we started trading. So you're talking about this candle right here, right? So this candle, again, is going to be too small for y'all to see. Opens at 150.85. Got as high as, what's that? 150.93. Got as low as 148.72 and closed at 148.94. So it was a bearish candle, obviously. So what I'm looking at now is I want to see, again, when it gets to that point where we're starting to go, we're not going down anymore. We're going sideways. And for NVIDIA, you see the breakdown starts, the high of this candle. This is where the candle starts to break down. So remember on SPY, we said the breakdown was 372.33. On NVIDIA, the breakdown starts to happen around 149.64. That's the high of this candle right here. And what we do, we dump down, and you'll see all these candles right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All these candles right here, sort of the bottom is around the same area for 9 candles in a row. So that kind of gives you an idea that this might be the bottom on NVIDIA. If you want to jump into a call, that could be the bottom. But if you jump into the call without establishing what the reversal is, it's a little more risky. So again, that 149, what's that? Let's see, 149.64 area we need to get above that for the reversal, right? So I'm looking, and we got to find a candle, excuse me, that finishes above 149.64. And we find, let's see if we can find one. This candle right here, this candle right here around 11:25 Eastern time finishes at 149.70. So this candle tells me that we probably bottomed. Now, not only have we probably bottomed, now we look like we're reversing. So now that we're reversing, if you want to jump in calls right there, you possibly could. But what you do is you want to come over here to the daily and you want to see what does that 149 area look like on a daily. And what I said, it was like 149.70. So you're not going to get exactly there. But if you get roundabout there, you'll see it's some. Let me see if I can get. I'm trying to get as close as I possibly can for y'all. If you get it right here, which that's pretty darn close, you'll see that's also an area of recent support for Nvidia. So that 149.70 is above this 149.64 area that we was talking about. And on this chart, you can see some candles hit that area and it goes up from there. So what that tells me, we're probably reversing on Nvidia now. Now, if I see that, I can jump in calls on Nvidia and I can play it to the upside. And if I'm looking at the upside, I could probably see that push to 155 before I have any type of resistance right there. So that's how I would have spotted a reversal on Nvidia. Now I say that to say that if I look at Nvidia's chart, like I said, 155 will be the next area of reversal. This finished at 153.72. If you get through 155, you probably can see this going to 160. But 155 will be my next area that I'm looking at as far as we saw the reversal. If we played that 149 area all the way up to 155, we made money right there. That would have been a nice move. Um, we're also going to check out Roblox real quick and see how Roblox look. And we're going to do the same thing. If it's an opportunity for me to show y'all a reversal, I'll show you a reversal. If it's not an opportunity, we'll move on to the next stock. But I'm going to break down every one. So pulling up RBLX. Let's see how that thing looked today. So Roblox, we got this candle right here. Now, to those that's not familiar with this candle setup, I'm gonna move my mouse out the way. That candle right there that looked like a cross. So that's essentially a doji candle, and essentially that's a lot of indecision. So the buyers don't know if they're buying, the bears don't know if they're selling. Then they haven't decided yet. So a lot of times when you see that, it's good to not even trade that stock at the time. You just want to kind of stay out the way and let that thing do what it's going to do. However, if you already in Nvidia, Roblox opened at 370.74. It didn't move much today. It got as high as 38.83, excuse me. It got as low as 36.70 and it closed at 37.49. So it closed pretty much just barely below where it started. Red candle, but a small red candle and a doji candle. Now, y'all know I'm big on psych numbers. And for those that's new, what I say psych numbers, what I mean is uh, round numbers that stick out to, humans. Like nobody look at a stock and say, hey, I'm gonna sell this stock at 35.54 because that's a weird number. But somebody might say, hey, I'm gonna sell this stock at 40, or I'm gonna buy this stock at 60, or I'm gonna buy this stock at 100, or I'm gonna sell the stock at 130 or 125. Those are psych numbers. So I say that to say that where Roblox is right now, this 37 number, and I see all this resistance right here at 40. I'm not really interested in trading Roblox for calls unless it breaks above 40. If you got in calls today, you're a bold man. But it could work out for you. Obviously, you break resistance at times. That's how we make money. And you lose support at times. That's how we make money. Me personally, I would not be interested in calls unless it broke 40. If it lost this orange line right here, which is the 20-day EMA, that's around 35.51. You could possibly jump in puts there and make some money on the way down. I'm actually going to set alerts for both of them, just so I can go and be prepared. And if you're new here, keep in mind, I say it all the time. I gotta say it all the time. When I set my alerts, you're more than welcome to write these alerts down. And what I'm saying here is I will possibly get calls on this play or puts on this play at this number. So that's why I set my alert. So that way, when it hit that number, I'll get the alert to know if I want to jump in or not. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying it's a guarantee that I'm going to get in there. So, I don't want you to see Roblox trading at 40.25 and be like, yo, it's time to get calls because Options Boss said we're going to get calls. I'm not necessarily saying it's a guarantee, but what I'm saying is I want to be aware when it hits that number. And the reason why I want to be aware is because I very well may buy calls, so I very well may buy puts, but it's not 100% etched in stone. It depends on what's going on with the market, how many plays I'm in at the time. Is there a catalyst behind it, or is it just a technical move? Is it just a fundamental move? Whatever the case may be. So that's things that I want you to keep in mind. But definitely feel free to write down these alerts, use them as a guide for you throughout the week. And if you make money from those alerts, that's what's up. Shout me out. Just, yo, boss, we made some money off that Roblox alert you set or whatever it is. And it's all love. But definitely check the play before you want to jump into GOEV. Let's pull them up real quick. And if you just jumped in today, definitely drop whatever stocks you want me to chart in the comment sections. I'll chart them. If there's a reversal on the stock that I can pull out, I'll go to the Webull and I'll show you guys how I find a reversal, what I'm looking for, and how you can find a reversal, and we can make money from that, that scenario. Now, that being the case, and also if you got any stock market related questions, also put that in the comments, and I'll answer your question as soon as I possibly can. Now, that being the case, you look at BABA. This is the setup right here. So, BABA, super bearish setup. I already can tell you that. The reason why I can tell you that is because you got this blue trend line right here, and this is basically telling you that you're getting higher lows each and every time. But what happens is you got this big area of resistance right here. You got this big area of resistance, and you got this rising trend. So one of these is going to have to win. And what I mean is either you're going to break through this and go strong and blast off, or you're going to reject and then you're going to dump down. And what happened, we tried to break through a couple days in a row, and we was weak. We got to the 200-day, but we couldn't hold it, and then we rejected it. And when we rejected it, we gapped down. We lost the trend line, so now we're no longer making higher lows, which that's a good sign for a stock when it's making higher lows. Now we're back to making lower. We're back to making lower lows now. So finally, you get today's candle. Today's candle. Let's see if we can look at it. It opens at 171.61. It got as high as 108.54. It got as low as 100. Excuse me, I done moved my darn mouse. It got as low as 171, and it closed at 103.76. So this stock started out bullishly, and it gave up the gains. It actually reversed the opposite way, and now it's looking super bearish here. Now I can tell you exactly how, without even going to Webull, I can tell you exactly how you know that you reversed the opposite way on this one. So the day before, this candle finished at 109.10, right? And that is what you saw. The day before that, that candle finished at 109.21. So you having some issues with that 109 area. Today we got the 108. We got the 108.54, which is not even quite 109. We got to 108.54, and what happened? The bull said, "You know what? We're selling. We're getting out of here right now," because they saw the resistance the past 2 days. So we didn't even all the way make it to that area, and it reversed. So this one, you didn't even have to go to the intraday to see when it reversed. You can just look at this candle based off the past 3 days and see that it reversed at that 109 area. We had no strength right there, and because we reversed, we dumped down, and the next area of any real support would have been around that 101 area. And what did I say? I said we hit, what did we hit today? Let me go back. We hit 100. So actually, if you saw that reversal at 109, I hate when I see stuff like that. It make me kick my darn self. Now, we had a green day today in the Discord, but I'm always thinking about other plays that could have been, right? So if you see this reversal right here and you jump in, You see, the next support area is 101. You could have wrote this all the way down to that support area. That's an $8 move, and you take profit, and you'd have had a big win off of Baba put. And hypothetically speaking, you could have took that ride all the way down, and then you could have said, "All right, it's going to reverse here because that's where that support is," and then you would have jumped in a call, and then you would have been up $3 on a call right now, or $2 and some change on a call right now, if you wanted to be super aggressive with it. So Baba has that support at 101. If it loses 100, it's going to get super bearish here, and that is very possible with this setup, but it's not a guarantee, but it's very possible with this setup. For me to be interested in Baba calls here, it really needs to come back and take out that 110 area. Below 110, there's no way you can really be excited about this right here, unless the only way would have been unless you caught it right at that 101 area and decided to jump in there. But if you didn't catch it at 101, to me, the next opportunity for a call is 110, and there is an opportunity for puts if this goes 100. So I'm going to alert that both ways because Baba is a stock I like to trade when I can. 110 and 100 will be my alerts for calls and puts. And, whichever one pop off first, that'll be the one we jump in and try to make some money on. Uh, the homie asked for GOEV, so we're going to pull them up real quick. And Gary, long time no see, good brother. I hope all is well with you. We're going to check out Amazon after we do GOEV. So yeah, we're gonna definitely jump into that next. Now, GOEV guys. The first thing I see, because I know stocks like this that move small, the first thing I thought about was the RSI. And that's why when I zoomed in, I zoomed back out because I wanted to see the RSI. So the RSI is at 74 right now. That's smoking hot. It did go this high before, and what's that? Late November, and then it turned down. So for me, it's hard for me to say I would be interested in calls right here. I think if you're not already in, then you missed this move. I wouldn't chase it here. Two reasons why. One, the RSI is already at 74. Two, you see this trend line, this purple trend. So the trend right here is just breaking down, 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 and we kissed the top of that trend line. And if you notice, when we kissed it with a whole lot of wick over the top, but the candle where we finished at is just barely there. So that tells me that we couldn't hold that high, that candle. And that's why I pushed down. We finished, it was a green candle, but it couldn't hold as high as it was. It finished around that 459, 460 area. I'll get the exact number. But this tells me you already missed the move. If you in this play, take profit as soon as you possibly can. If you not in this play, I would not chase it right here. It's at the top of the trend. It didn't hold the top of the trend. This is the second day now because I see this candle and its RSI smoking hot. So I definitely would not chase it. What I would do is I would wait and see if I can catch this thing on a reversal. There go that word again, and make some money off puts. So this candle right here opened at 390. It got as high as $5. It got as low as 371, and it closed at 461. So it closed towards the top, but not at its very top. So what I would be looking for right here is I would look for this thing. If you want to aggressively play a reversal right here, if you want to aggressively play a reversal, I will wait for this thing to go anywhere below 461. Anywhere below 461, I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna see if I can ride this thing back down to this area where it was at, this $2-3 area. If you want to be conservative, you can wait until you break below 371, and then you can jump into puts right there. GOEV is not a stock I trade a lot, so I'm not going to set no alerts here, but I definitely would stay away from calls. If I was looking for anything, I'd be hunting puts on this, and I'd be hunting puts below 461. That's what I would do. Um, if you win this play on a call, definitely take profit as soon as you possibly can, especially if this thing look like it's going to reverse. If you see it trading below 461, sell. Don't wait. Don't think it's going to go higher. Sell and get out right now. And if you see this thing, and if you already in a put, if you jumped in at a put hypothetically at this $5 number, then you probably about to make a whole lot of money if you caught it at $5 on a put. So I would sit still, relax, and get my money. but you definitely want to keep your eyes on that for a put. I would not touch it right here for a call. Uh, Big Tone want to check out GS. We definitely could check them out. We're gonna bust down Amazon real quick. Let's see how they look. AMZN, pull that up real quick. So now, guys, looking at Amazon's chart. So of course, the screen tells you you got your double bottom right here, but it didn't really play out super strong this time around. Uh, so we'll look and we'll see what do we got going on. What we got going on, again, you got that purple trend coming down. So guys, always watch those trend lines. Those trend lines, that a lot of times they'll tell you, yo, you should be getting out right now, or yo, you should be getting in right now. So when I see that trend line right here, I don't even really want to trade this play right here. I want to see it break above. If it break above the trend line, maybe I can get in. And I'm gonna explain that further. But first, what I should have already done that I did not do, I need to drop the link to my Discord right here, guys. So look, if you're not in my Discord, the first link you see is my free Discord, Discord GG, all that other good stuff. That is my Discord. Bug all. All right, I'm gonna check that one out. That's a funny one too. Also, I got to show you guys this one. I should have already had it. Don't know why I didn't. I got to throw those out there, guys. So that Me6 link that you see, that's a link to my Options Ball Sweet Picks. If you sign up to the Options Ball Sweet Picks, I think it's like 55 bucks a month, something like that. I give you 14 weekly picks every week of plays that trigger, kind of like we talking about now. I like this play above 20. I like that play above 15. I like this play below 10. I give you 14 of those every week in the Options Ball Sweet Picks. Plus, I give you access to my tier 3 membership, which is now on the Discord, and that gives you 3 to 5 extra plays a week. So it's a great deal, 55 bucks a week. We just started the sweet picks, and right now they've been every week it's been 4 or 5 of those joints hitting off every week. And not all of them trigger, of course, but of the ones that trigger every week is several of them hitting off a big win. So definitely get in there and check that out. Now let's get over to Amazon. I had to do that real quick. Apologies, Gary. Apologies, everybody. But I got to do the business thing too. Y'all already know how it go. Amazon. So again, we got one of them candles, not quite a doji, but very similar to a doji, where it's a lot of indecision right here. So Amazon, it opens at 110.24, got as high as 111.18, got as low as 107.58, and it closed at 110.63. So it closed green today, but a very small amount, not much movement. Now, what you're looking for right here is you need Amazon to break above this 111.78 area from the candle prior. I'll zoom in a bit. If it could break above this candle, maybe you could get calls to see if you can ride this thing up to you could probably test this 115. That's not even 115. That 114.30 area, which that's not a big move. Amazon used to be a stock with, made huge moves. They don't do that anymore since the split. It more so trades like Apple trade now. Apple was a stock that used to be a big mover. You could catch Apple move $10, $20 easily on a given day. Now a big day for Apple is a $4 move. That's a nice day. And it's going to be the same thing with Amazon now. A big day for Amazon is like a $4 move. That's a nice move. As opposed to once upon a time, a big day for Amazon was a $120 move. But those days is long gone now. So I say all that to say, above this 112 area, you could get in and try to ride that around a 114 if you're so interested. I would not be interested in jumping in until you get to that 112 area. Because like I said, you right at the top of this trend line. And a lot of times when you hit the top of that trend line, a lot of the times you pull back. So you get the trend line hit right here, right? And you see we don't break through, we pull back. You hit the trend line here, right? And we don't break through, we pull back. We hit the trend line right here. We actually did break through. Good job. But we came and we gave it all the way back. So a lot of times when you hit the top of that trend, you don't break through. And you see right here, we hit it 3 times. We broke through once. We didn't break through the other 2 times. So that's why I say right here, I wouldn't be interested. Above 112, you can ride it up to 114 and some change and see how that works. If I were looking for puts, which I'm not, Amazon has turned itself into a stock that I don't really like to trade anymore. We'll see if it, get a little more juice in later when all this inflation stuff and all that calm down. But if I were to put below 107.58, below 107.50, let's see if I can find that. Or below this area right here, I couldn't even jump in there. I would have to lose. Yeah, see, I'm just not excited. I would have to lose 106. If I lost 106, maybe puts can happen. I may even set an alert for that. I'm more interested in the Amazon put than I am in the Amazon call right here. But we'll set that alert. But that's what you want to look for. Above 112, you can maybe get into calls. Below 106, you can maybe get into puts. I'm not really in love with either, but I'll probably keep my eyes out on the Amazon put just in case it comes to fruition. But not much excited about calls right here, the way that it's set up on the chart. So that's Amazon. Do I got any other ones? But AZZ. Let's pull that up real quick and see how that thing looks. So now this one, if we can zoom in a bit. So right here, you're making lower lows every day. And that obviously is a bearish sign. We talked about when we were making higher lows, that was a good sign on Baba until it stopped making those higher lows. And now here we're making lower lows, right? So this done broke down through a key area of that blue trend line. You see the trend right here? And we done broke down below that. So this is super bearish. Now, the thing is, it did come back and finish above it just barely, but excuse me, this is definitely worth watching from here. The only thing about this stock that I do need to say, this is not a stock with a lot of volume. So if you look at the top of my screen or towards the left hand side, you'll see this had 140 shares, 140k shares sold on the day. That's not a lot at all. So for that, it's a stock that I wouldn't be super excited about trading. I like trading, shares that's moving millions on a day, on a given day. That's my, preferred thing. But this one is doing very minimal movement. This candle opened at 39.35, and that was the high of the day. It finished at 38. It got as low as 38, and it closed at 38.67. So it didn't move much, but it moved. It gapped down, and it went bearishly. If it loses this area, this 38 area, you probably don't even got to. If it opened, let's see here, it closed at 38.67. If this thing opened anything below 38.67, you could probably jump in and put and make money here. Not the kind of stock I would trade personally because the volume, but it's definitely a money making opportunity on puts. If you wanted to play a reversal, I would need this above 40. Above 40, I'll say, all right, this thing hit its bottom. Maybe it's going to take off again. Because it has pulled back a big deal from where it was in early 2022, which of course most stocks has done that. So that's not really saying anything surprising, but it's just something to keep your eyes on. Above 40, maybe you catch this thing reversing and you can go from there. So that's that. Now let's see. We got any more charts? Joseph want to check out NVAX. Bud Law said he made some money on AZZ. Hey, that's what's up. I'm glad you did, and hopefully you make some more money on it tomorrow if you still in puts. But be careful because it's a low volume stock. It don't trade like Tesla and Apple and Novavax and Amazon. It don't trade like them. So be careful. But definitely, I'm glad you made money on it. Good job. Joseph want to check out Novavax. We're going to pull that up, and the homie Troy is in. Guys, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I never told y'all this, but Troy is like the godfather of this channel without even knowing it. So Troy is my guy. Troy, he helped me set up what's it called? I don't even know what it's called, but it like holds your phone so you can make videos without having to hold your phone. Because I used to have to make videos and hold my phone at the same time. So Troy helped out with that. And that's why I try to give Troy love all the time because that was a big good look. So when I do YouTube videos, it's a lot more easy for me now. I don't got to worry about my phone moving. It's already standing still because the homie Troy looked out. So definitely shout out to Troy. Troy is like the godfather of this channel. And of course, he's one of my admins in my Discord. If you're not in my Discord, click that darn link and get yourself in my Discord so me and Troy can talk about some stocks with you. But let's check out Novavax real quick. Let's see how that thing looked today. Novavax, we traded today, traded twice, made money on it twice, and both times I'm like, I got out a tad bit too early. But it is what it is, though. We made money. I'm not gonna look the gift horse in the mouth, right? So now looking at Novavax. Now, Novavax, it ran up to this area right here. Let's see if I can find the high of that. The high of that candle was 7203, right? And that was as high as Novavax has been since freaking April, when it was at 75. So you had a feeling that thing was coming back. I know I had a feeling. And I'm waiting. You see, you see right here, I just talked about the lower lows. So you see right here, you're starting to get, after you hit that top area, which you ain't hit since April, you're starting to get some lower lows, you're getting some lower highs. So I'm looking at Novavax and I'm like, I know it's time to get in the put. I'm just waiting for the right time. Thought it might be yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. Was able to jump into Novavax and we made some money on puts today twice. Both times, like I said, I got out and I'm like, I probably left a couple pennies on the table. Oh, this Novavax opened at 66.99. It got as high as 68.44. It got as low as 50.05, and it closed at 51.62. So it closed towards the bottom, but not at the very bottom. Now, what happens is that 50 area, again, if we go back to what I was talking to y'all about earlier, that's a psych number. So people see Novavax hit 50, yo, I'm gonna buy it at 50 because you buying a stock that was just at 72 bucks at $50. Nobody's gonna look at it and say, or not many people's gonna look at it and say, I'm gonna buy it at you know, 59.42. That's a weird number. But if you see that a nice round number, yeah, I'm gonna buy it at 50. So that's how people are. That's why those numbers are important. So Novavax dumped down to 50, and then it bounced off of that area. People start buying it in that 50 area, and that's how it closed at 51.40. If it breaks below 50, it still could be buried. I'm definitely going to set alerts on the put here, and this is not to say it's definitely going down lower because the RSI is at 45, so it's not completely oversold just yet, but is starting to get to that direction. However, I am on a set an alert below 50. I can jump in some puts here if it loses that 50 area. I am not interested in calls whatsoever here. If I were to be interested in calls, we would need the high of this candle was 57, 57, 56. We would need to break over 58. If you break over 58, you could possibly get interested in Novavax calls. I'm on a set an alert for both of those. 58 for calls, below 50 for puts, and you can make some money on both going both ways. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to jump in between 50 and 58. That's going to get you in trouble. That's going to, I mean, you could possibly make some money there if you turn out to be right. But at that point, you're playing with fortune now. You're asking for fortune as opposed to just waiting until you get direction, breaking down below support or breaking up above some resistance, and then you can jump in. So I did set them Novavax alerts, and let me see. The Novavax I don't think Novavax even had any reversal because it just straight dumped all day pretty much. Uh, so it's not even really, you know what? I lied. Novavax did have a reversal because it started out today and it went up and then it pulled back. So I am going to go to Novavax chart, which I might got open already, and I'm going to see if I can find that darn reversal for y'all. And I might have closed it already because I closed the play. All right, so I'm going to have to pull Novavax up. I know those other two is QQQ and SPY. So I'm going to pull Novavax up. I'll pull it up right here, and we'll see how it look to see if I can show you guys where the reversal kicked in at. Of course, we're looking for 930. So this is 930, right? So this candle right here, you're not going to be able to see the numbers. It opens at 66.99. It got as high as 68.44. It got as low as 63.23, and it closed at 63.35. So it pretty much reversed right off the gate. It opened up, it went up, and then it said, nope, no thank you. Now, to see why reverse, since it was off the very first candle, I would have to look at the daily for that. So if I looked at the daily, I would see this 68 area right here. is not even necessarily an area of any strong resistance, other than the fact that it's hitting this blue line on my screen. If you see this blue line, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. That blue line is pretty much where it hit. It hit the blue line, and then it reversed. Now that blue line is the 100-day EMA. So guys, when I trade with four different EMAs, five different EMAs. I'm sorry, the 8-day, the 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day. So those EMAs help you out a lot. They will tell you when the stock will reverse. They'll tell you when a stock has support and is about to bounce. They would tell you all those types of things. So right here, we hit this EMA, but we didn't have no strength. And since we didn't have no strength, we reversed and we dumped down. And in the process of dumping down, we lost the 20-day and the 50-day EMA as well in this candle. Now, if you saw that, which I did see that, which is why I jumped in it and made money today. If you saw that, you knew it was going to be a bear day for Novavax. Now, what I did was I got out of one play, I believe around this 58 area, around this 20-day EMA. I got out of one play because I thought it might bounce off of this EMA. If you look at that orange line, which is the 20-day, you'll see here when we hit it, we took off, came back a tiny bit, tested it on this one, and we took off again. So I saw it hit that, and I said, all right, let's get out. I'm not even going to try to go for no big win. I just want to log in some profit and move on to the next trade. But what happens, like I said, sometimes it happens. You'll break through support or you'll break through resistance. In this case, we broke through support. So when we broke through, I said, you know what? I could jump in Novavax again and make some more money because it lost that 50-day. So when I saw it trading below that 56 area, I jumped in again and I was able to make some more money the second time. And then I wound up taking profit that time, but I didn't ride it down to that 50 area where we see it went to. I didn't ride it down that far. I locked in a lot smaller of a win and just got out the way. And I thought I was done for the day, but I didn't know that SPY was going to reverse how it did, and it allowed us to make a jump in a couple more plays and make some money there. So that's how that was. I sure did, Big Tone. Wow, I don't know how I pulled that off. I'm gonna jump on your GS right now. I don't know how I pulled that off. My bad for that. Let's pull that GS up real quick, guys, because I definitely did miss that. And I said I had it, and I definitely slept on it. So jumping into Goldman real quick, and let's see how Goldman looks. So Goldman, zoom in a little bit. So it lost that key area, which is around that 294, 295 area. It lost the key area right there, and we've been bearish ever since, right? So you got this candle sort of similar to a doji, but not quite. Now, we got this red candle today. This is a candle I wanna talk to you guys more about it. And you know what? I will talk to you guys more about this candle. Y'all my squad. Y'all support the channel. I'm gonna talk to y'all about this candle a little more in depth. First, I'm gonna give you the numbers, and then I'm gonna tell you the backstory or the inside story behind Goldman. Right. So this candle right here opens at 283.70, got as high as 284.24, got as low as 277.84, and closed at 281.59. So it was a red candle, and it closed, lower than where it started at. However, Goldman was more so, it was more so, how can I say, it was more so a victim of JPM putting out bad earnings today. So that kind of nailed all banks. Plus, the market was weak in itself. So that didn't help banks either. Now, that being the case, what I did, well, first of all, if we're looking at Goldman, you can't really be interested in puts until you lose this 277.84 area. That area is the bottom of this blue trend. And like I was telling y'all, at the top of the trend, you hit it and then you fall. The same thing with the bottom of the trend. You hit it and then you bounce. So if you see right here, we hit this area in January 2022, and then we bounce. Came back, hit it again in early March, take off. Came back, hit it again in April, took off. Came back, hit it in May, didn't really take off, but we bounced a little bit. Came back, hit it in mid-May, took off, right? Came back, we actually lost it right here, but when we lost it, we consolidated, and then we took off again. So now we came back and we hit that area again. Now, full disclosure, everybody that's here, y'all probably know by now that I drop or I give out this thing I call merch plays. Basically, if you grab a couple of my merchandise or you send something to Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, whatever, I'll give you several plays. And out of those plays, they have month-long expirations, and they usually, I'm gonna say 90% of the time, make us money, right? So a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, one of my merch plays I gave was Goldman Sachs. I like how the setup was. Goldman has dumped on us. We took profit on the other two plays. I gave out 3 plays at a time. We took profit on the other 2 plays. So I'm stuck in Goldman, right? But instead of taking my loss, I still know I got a couple weeks left. And I see that we hit the bottom of the trend. And what I know about Goldman is when it hit the bottom of the trend, it usually come back, as I just showed you guys a few times, right? So I told my people that grabbed that merch play, I said, guys, we're gonna average down on Goldman right here. So we averaged down on Goldman today, and now we're gonna see if this thing can get some strength. If it gets strength and take us up back towards 300, we'll probably still get a win out of this play, even though we've been down on it for a couple weeks now. But you'll probably wind up getting a win on it because we was able to average down. So that's my Goldman story that I wanted to share with y'all. When it hit the bottom of that trend, you can look for that reversal. So again, that key word, we're talking about reversals, right? So if you looking on the daily chart and you see this trend line and you see it hit the bottom of the trend line, that in itself is a sign of reversal. And you know another positive sign. So well, two positive signs. This candle right here, that red candle, first of all, is a hammer candle. Now, a hammer candle on a downtrend is a sign of reversal in itself, right? So, what you want to do is you want to wait for the next day, which would be what's tomorrow? Thursday? No, wow, today is Thursday. You want to wait for the next day, which is Friday, and you want to see if that candle, if the next candle after that is a green candle. If that candle after that is a green candle, then this hammer is a reversal, which most hammers on a downtrend is a sign of a reversal. So that's another way of seeing it. Plus, you see all this wick at the bottom. I think we was talking about it might have been Baba, where they had a lot of wick at the top of the candle, but they couldn't hold the trend line, and the candle itself was below the trend or just above. So this one has a lot of wick at the bottom, but even though it was a red candle, the bulls didn't let this candle fall all the way down there and stay. The bulls let the candle get down there, and then they said, "No, we got to buy," and they pushed the thing back up, and it was able to finish around 281 and change, as opposed to that 277 something that it was trading at. So between the hammer, between the bulls kicking in, between this at the bottom of the trend, I averaged down on Goldman Sachs today on my merch play, and I'm looking to make it 3 for 3 on my merch plays for that week. I think that was 3 weeks ago. I gave that play. Might have been 2 weeks ago. Forgive my memory. But either way, that week we did already locked in wins on XPEV, and we locked in wins. What was the other one on that week? I forget. But whatever the other one was, we locked in a win on that one also. So now we just waiting for Goldman. If Goldman print, then I'll be 3 for 3 on merch plays that week. And then I got merch plays the week after that we working on now. That's a whole separate story. But I just wanted to show y'all that to show you what that reversal looked like. And that's what that reversal looks like on that screen. Now, Big Tone, if you're looking for short-term calls, what I would look for is I would look for this above that 285 area. Above 285, and you got a chance of pushing this into 295. So that's what you're looking for. Above 285 is gonna make Goldman get hungry. Keep your eyes on that. If it dropped 277, could be put city. Obviously, we don't want that, but it could be a thing. So 277 and 285 is what you will be looking for to set your alerts on. My bad, I skipped you. I do apologize for that. Troy asked about low and AXP. So we're going to pull up low and AXP. Guys, definitely appreciate y'all that hit the like button. Definitely hit the like button. That like button is so important. It helps me feed my children. And no, I'm not meaning literally, but I do mean figuratively. Well, heck, I do mean literally too, because YouTube pay. So, guys, please hit that like button because my children, they bougie. They like to eat shrimp. They like to eat crabs. They like to eat crab cakes. And I can't tell them I ain't got no crab cakes because ain't nobody hit the like button. So definitely hit that like button. Oh my gosh, I'm a fool, bro. Y'all can't judge me, man. Uh, looking at AXP. So again, guys, you see the blue trend line right here, right? And then you see this candle right here at the bottom of this trend. So that in itself is already a sign of reversal. And we're talking about how to spot reversals. If you see a trend line and you see a stock hit the bottom of the trend line, you don't even got to go to the intraday to know when is the reversal. The trend line is telling you it's reversing right here because a lot of times it's not going to break through. It's not going to break down below. You'll see if we look here, we hit the trend. We broke down below with some wick, but we turned up. We hit the trend again. We broke down below with some wick, but we turned up. Now we hit the trend again. We broke down below with some wick. I'll let you tell what you think is going to happen next based off of what we just saw. Now, that being said, this candle opened at 135.70, got as high as 137.24, got as low as 134.12, and closed at 136.48. So it did close green, but it wasn't a big strong candle or anything like that. If you were looking for calls above 137.50, you could definitely get bullish here and see if this thing will run up into that 140 area. Not a big move, but AXP is not that type of a play. It's more so a play where you get several contracts and you'll make your money based off of having several contracts. You don't get an AXP and look for an $8 move. That's not a common thing. But if you get 4, 5, 6, 10 contracts, whatever you can afford, and then make a $3 move, it'll still pay you off nicely. Above 137.50, I like this to challenge 140. And if it were to lose 134, then you talk about going towards the downside. You would have to go to the weekly to find the next area of support, which if you're looking at the weekly, again, going to that 134 area means you're talking about losing a EMA as well on a weekly. So big gap to fill going downward. If you lost that, excuse me, not a big gap to fill going downward. You got this 132 area of some support right here. Now, if you lose that, now that's where you get interested. Now you got $6 to the downside if you were to lose that 132 area below 134. So 134, you're looking at 132 and 126. If you plan this to the downside, if you're looking forward to bounce off that area that it's at right now, you're looking at 137 and you're going to take it up into that 140 area. So that's how I would play AXP from here. And I believe we asked about low. So we're going to check out low. Big Tone, always, you my guy, man. So, no doubt. Pulling up low real quick. So low, guys. Nice little setup right here. Funny enough, I've been looking to jump in low for a while now, but I haven't liked how it's been trading. It's been a lot of small movements, which I mean, don't get me wrong, small movements like AXP can absolutely make you money if you have several contracts. But it also requires a level of patience that I'm not confident in having because this market is so choppy right here, right now. Now you got this trend line, the purple trend falling down, creating this wedge right here, and which you see XP, low, breaking out of that wedge. So that's a bullish sign because it broke out to the upside. So now you're looking for a strong move here. Now that you done broke up out of that. So if I come and zoom out a bit, AXP open at I keep saying AXP because I just charted it. Low open at 179.41. It got as high as 182.95. It got as low as 178.69. And it closed at 182.66. So it closed towards the very top. It was a strong day today. Now, what I would be looking for, it was a strong day, but it was an inside day. So this candle right here has a lower high than the day before and a higher low than the day before. That means that it's inside the candle from the day before. Hence why we call it an inside day. Or you might hear somebody refer to it as a 2 bar, which is basically saying it's inside the candle prior. So what I would be looking for here is I'm looking for AXP to make its next move. And the next move that I want, seeing as though how this is breaking out of that falling wedge, What I'm looking for is I'm looking for them to take out the high of this candle, and I'm actually going to alert this one. The high of this candle is 183.77. So above 184, I like calls. In those calls, you do got to worry about that 185 area because it's a psych number, is one of them type numbers. But assuming you could bust through that 184 area, you could see this gap up to 190. You got room to run to the upside here. I definitely like this setup. It's a potential sweet move. I'm gonna alert myself on this one. And like I said, guys, if you interested, you can always alert yourself. I'm not much interested in calls right here with the way this puts right here with the way this is set up, but I do think that a call could possibly make some money. Now, you guys know I typically like to set a call and a put alert. That way, if the market is red, I'm prepared. If the market is green, I'm prepared. But that particular setup, I only like the call setup. I wasn't really excited about the put, so that's why I just went with the call right there. Um, we are going to, you know what? It's 6:30. I was going to do some more stuff. I wanted to do some more stuff, but we having chicken tinga tacos tonight and birria tacos, and y'all know my fat self got to eat. So I'm going to let y'all go. I hope you learned something. Definitely hit the Discord up. Definitely hit up the Options Boss Sweet Picks so we can make some money together, guys. Catch me the next time on YouTube. Catch me in the Discord. You can always be a boss with the Options Boss. I'm a holler when I holler.